Proud certainly to have the pride of Aguadilla in Puerto Rico, Carlos Delgado, nearly 500 career home runs, 473 to be specific. Yeah, well, I counted. I enjoyed calling a lot of them against my pitchers as an opposing hitter. You did a lot of damage. You know, you're out here now counting a lot of talented young players. This is your first experience at the World Wood Bat Association Championship. What are your thoughts?
It is pretty amazing. You know, you hear about these showcases, you hear about these tournaments, and I wasn't familiar with it because when I was coming up, when I signed, we didn't have any of this. So now that you are from the outside looking in, it is nice to see how it works, you know. And I didn't want to see it, you know what, I didn't want to get it secondhand. So I wanted to come in and take an opportunity to see it. There's a couple of teams from Puerto Rico. So it's a good opportunity to watch baseball, but also to stay in touch with the game, see how the game is developing. And, you know, you got every team represented here, a lot of colleges. It is pretty amazing.
For you, certainly you were part of the evolution of the game in Puerto Rico. Many that came before you were as well. And I think you'd like to see it even further evolve right now with regard to baseball in Puerto Rico, wouldn't you?
I certainly do. You know, I like to see more players playing. I like to see more players actually getting signed. I like to see more players actually getting to the big leagues. So if any way I can do anything to help, you know, I stay active in Puerto Rico, baseball-wise, not necessarily playing anymore, but anything that we can do to promote the game and getting the kids excited about baseball again, it will be a good thing.
You've always been very active, certainly in that area, but in your community, no matter where you played, whether it was Toronto or in New York, the community around you was always touched. And so for me, that leads me to asking you about your foundation. I'm sure this is one of your life's works now. Explain your foundation as it's continued to grow.
Well, Extra Bases, which is the name of our foundation, for the last almost 14 years now, we have been able to raise money and raise awareness on certain different issues, mainly things that have to do with kids and teenagers. We help and support different institutions that deal with inner city kids, kids that have been abandoned, kids with disability, after school programs, scholarships, and tutoring programs after school. So, you know what, I've been blessed. I got the opportunity to do what I love to do for the longest time. I have a beautiful family, everybody's healthy, but if in a way you can do something to help others, to give them a better chance, to give them opportunity, is definitely a plus. And that's what we have been doing with Extra Bases. We get involved with the community. We try to promote, you know, well-being, good, you know, healthy habits for the kids, promote education. So it's not necessarily baseball and sports. You know, we believe in, you know, giving a chance to have access to good health and have access to good education, and in a lot of cases, kids that otherwise will not be able to have that opportunity, we have been able sometimes to provide it, and that's a good thing for us, and makes me happy.
For you, when you see these dads nervously pacing around and anxiously watching their sons out here, it's got to take you back to your dad, Carlos Delgado, who is well known as an athlete in your community, and your grandfather as well. You have to hearken back to the people that got you to where you are now and what the career you had.
I think family, you know, parents, they play a very important role in an athlete's development. I mean, sometimes, I know it's hard to do, but dads have to let the kids play.
I agree.
I mean, I know you want to be protective. I know you want the best for your kid, but you know, sometimes you just gotta let him play. You know, speaking about my dad, I'm very grateful that he was there for me all the time. He supported me. I mean, even until when I was in the big leagues, I'd come home in the offseason, I play catch with my dad, he hit me phone calls. I mean, there was some things that we got involved with, other things, you know, he couldn't do anymore, he couldn't throw batting practice to me anymore, but it was fun. We need that support. You know, I got a 7-year-old that I want to be supportive, but I keep telling myself, you know what, he's not you. Let him play, let him develop. Obviously, you're there. But, you know, kids have to learn on their own sometimes. They have to grow on their own. It is good to be there to kind of guide them through the way. But, you know, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to drop the ball. They're going to strike out. So we have to find a way, create that balance, you know, not going too crazy, but don't let them do whatever they want to do either.
Thank you, my friend, for the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Carlos Delgado. By the way, folks, there's a little parental advice snuck in there. Hopefully you were paying attention.